everybody? Welcome to Action Movie Breakdown. We back?
Yeah, back by popular demand.
Yeah.
I am your host, the host, Ellis Fowler.
Again, okay. And I am the host as well,
Help the assistant host.
John F. I hate you. John F. Thomas.
All right, today we are gonna be reviewing the movie Alita-Battle Angel.
Oh my god, it's so wrong. No. We're reviewing the movie Alita, not Aaliyah.
Okay.
I can understand why you think Aaliyah.
I thought it was about Aaliyah and her underground rap battles. But I couldn't, it wasn't in the theater.
Yeah.
But I saw Alita too. I thought that was a knockoff. So I'm glad. We'll talk about that then.
Okay.
Alita-Battle Angel.
Not Aaliyah, but Alita. Yeah, so how we do this, if you're new to Action Movie Breakdown, we go over 3 categories. So there's acting and casting. That's the first category. Then we go into story and writing. Mm-hmm. And then the third category, last but not least, production and marketing.
Yeah, and then we total it all up at the very end for our overall score. So you know whether or not, you should go see it. Or you can tell us what you think, because this is a spoiler review. So
yeah,
hopefully you've already seen it.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. First category, acting and casting.
I'll pass that off to you.
All right, I'll take it away. So acting and casting, I feel like, of course, this is a big budget movie. You got James Cameron behind it. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have really big names in the movie. And you do. You have Mahershala Ali. You have Christoph Waltz. You have an amazing cast. I think it was a well-casted film. And it was a well-acted film. But there wasn't anything in their performances that like really wowed me. I kind of feel like they were underutilized. Especially Mahershala Ali, like he did a great job, but his character didn't really have that factor that I was looking for from a villain, which
Academy Award winner.
Mahershala
He's
Ali.
good.
Yeah, he's really good. Christoph Waltz is a really good actor.
Really
I feel
good.
like his performance was just kind of a little bit stale in a sense, and I don't think that was the actor's fault. I mean, I know you feel kind of like this too. I think it was more probably just what they were given to work with. But overall, I felt like it was a solid acted film. My only gripe was a little bit with Keenan Johnson, who played the character of Hugo. Every now and then I wasn't quite there with him, and maybe that was a writing thing too, but I just didn't really connect or feel that character that much. But for me, I'm going to give it a 4 because it was solid. There wasn't really any standout acting in it, but it was well casted and pretty solidly acted. So
I think that Hugo sucked.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I was just trying to say it nicer.
Yeah, but I'm gonna jump. So he got 4 stars. I'm gonna just jump right into mine. So, I guess I'll start it off with the negatives. What I didn't like.
Yeah, we're there.
I don't think Hugo did that great. He did good when he was with Alita. That's when I felt as though, like, you're doing a good job.
I did, yeah. Those were good scenes.
I felt those scenes. Even though I wasn't really, typically, I don't care too much about the romantic scenes that much in action movies. Yeah. I guess being a guy, whatever. But they did a really good job selling this romance. Because it was just like, this is a human and android. And I was sitting there thinking, well, that's interesting. How's that going to work? But then their chemistry really worked really well in this movie.
It did work, yeah.
So that was good. But outside of that, when he was out doing his own stuff, why? Why do I care?
Just
I don't
something
care.
was off.
Yeah.
I just didn't really connect or care with the character that much.
He said he had a line at the beginning. That's a usual trope that a lot of movies do. Is when the girl did something, it was basically, I mean, he didn't do all of this, but he might as well just outstanding.
Which once again, maybe is the writing. They shouldn't have given him that line to say. It was a little weird, but
yeah, but okay, I'll go. So the pro that I liked,
what you like?
Was just like you said, there was a great choice of actors, great caliber of actors. When I saw Mahershala Ali, I was like, oh snap, Mahershala's in here, and you said, and he's playing a villain, like, oh snap, this is a good twist. Right? I mean, he did Luke Cage, but this is another villain role, great.
Yeah.
Also, there was Christoph Waltz, and I was like, man, you got him and Christoph Waltz, like, man, this might be good. Like, yeah, we'll see. So they did good, and I felt kind of weird about some of their acting, which I think it more so goes in the story. We'll talk about that later.
Right. Yeah.
Casting and acting, it was great casting. The issue that I had kind of with it is I felt like they kind of this kind of goes into like whitewashing, because this is a Japanese manga. It's the origin source material, and Christoph Waltz's character's name in this movie is Daisen Ido, which in the original Japanese manga, his name is Daisuke Ido. So it's supposed to be Japanese. So there's a little bit of whitewashing going on.
And I kind of expect that from Hollywood movies to an extent. Kind of give them a little bit of leeway in that sense. But I was surprised because I thought about it leaving the theater. I was like, were there even any major Asian characters in this film? And I really don't think so. I mean, there were some secondary and tertiary characters that were Asian, but I was like, I don't think there was an Asian character in here that had more than like 15 lines or something like that.
The one dude that was in the bar, the hunter warrior, bounty hunter.
Yeah.
They had a camera on him for like maybe 2 seconds, and he looked.
He looked mean. Tough. I was like that. You don't want to mess with that.
Yeah,
dude.
you ain't gonna mess with him.
I was like, and I was hoping maybe they were gonna show something.
He got beat up.
Yeah. So it's like
I think he got dispatched pretty quickly.
He must have, because I don't even remember his fight scene really.
I don't.
So I think
he looked tough though.
He did. And they showed him like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
So I was like,
He was grimacing every time, you know. So it was like, oh, yeah, he's tough. He's, you know.
But yeah, I was shocked at that in a sense. Like, I expect some whitewashing from Hollywood, but I was kind of surprised. Like, wow, that there was the friend in the group circle with Hugo, that was an Asian girl. But, you know, I was...
Oh,
yeah. So she had a few lines and a significant role. But other than that, I don't recall, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but any kind of major Asian characters.
No, she was just there to fill in space.
Yeah.
But I apologize to all the Asian viewers out there. One day, give us money and we'll make the movie that you should have. We'll do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so I give it 3 stars.
Ooh.
Acting and casting, just because I didn't really like Hugo that much, except for that one scene, and there was something to be desired in the acting, honestly. From me. So
it just
casting was
with
great.
such a good cast, I expected to be
more.
wowed a little bit more from the performances. But like I said, I think it goes in the story. I do want to give just really quick a shout out to Adira Victor, who played the nurse that played opposite Christoph Waltz. She only had about like 7 lines in the whole film. But she was shown a lot, and she said a lot with her face and stuff like that.
She killed that.
Yeah. I expected her to say more, but she didn't. But I think she did a great job with what she had. And also shout out to Rosa Salazar, who was Alita. Very kind of varied role that she had, and I think she did well. So.
Yeah, you kind of feel like the nurse would have had more of a big role. Like she would have said something to Alita to encourage her when she fell down at one point, or even to say something to the doctor.
Or even to the doctor. Like, are you sure you want to plug her into this killing machine body?
Right. Or Alita, you know, I know he's giving you a hard time, but if you really tap it, you can be whoever you want to be. You don't have to be a killing machine. You can be greater than that. You know, some kind of motivational. She was just
all right.
There was a lot of layers in what she was saying a lot with her face. Yeah, it was like she was doing a lot of that. You know, she did a good job.
I think she was probably in his will, so she was just like, all right,
whatever you want to do.
All right, let's get into the next category: story and writing.
What you think?
Story and writing overall, I think it was a well-written film. There wasn't any crazy plot holes or anything like that I caught. I would say, I look at it this way. I say it works really well as a prequel. So it works really well as a setup film, a first film to more films to come. Now, if I'm watching this as somebody who has no idea about the manga, which I didn't, or somebody who is expecting like kind of a well-rounded film when I go in there, it kind of was a little bit disappointing in that aspect because I feel like there was a lot of information given and a lot of great ideas and things that were just kind of surface level. Like even Dr. Ito and his wife and their whole thing about their daughter, just kind of surface level.
Very surface level.
Even kind of like the explanation about Motorball, just kind of surface level. What Vector really did, like why he was such a powerful figure, just kind of surface level. And in that respect, I feel like there were some missed opportunities with the villain character. Like Mahershala Ali, Vector, he's supposed to be this powerful guy, this villain. And I was waiting to be intimidated by him. I was waiting to be like, oh crap, this is a bad guy. But honestly, he was just kind of a henchman.
He was just there.
That, was supposed to be playing opposite Alita. And the levels are crazy different. Like, she just stabbed him in the end, and he died and didn't even know it because Nova had taken over his body. And then the whole Nova thing, I didn't really understand completely what he was doing or why he was a threat. I know that some of this stuff I'm supposed to figure out later on, but the whole like Martian thing was kind of glossed over. And they were kind of dismissive about it too. Like, I know it was 300 years ago, but they're like, oh, you have this killer machine body. Like that
what does that mean?
Matter at all. Right. So, I think a lot of it was kind of rushed because I know in the beginning I was kind of confused about some things that were happening. But overall, I feel like it was well written-ish, but a lot glossed over. I'm going to give it a 3.5 in terms of the story and writing, just because I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities, and it was just kind of a little bit flat overall. And at the end, I was not satisfied with the ending at all. I was just like, I know this is for a sequel, but dang, like, can I get some more?
Yeah. I'll go into the pros of what and it's funny, now that you're saying this, with what you're saying, I kind of changed my score.
Oh, so, wow, okay.
Which, man, you should go on a debate team, man. But, okay, so I'll start out with what I liked about this film. So, like, it was a great adaptation from the manga to the film. I'm not even going to lie. It was a really good adaptation for what the story was and what they transferred over to the film. Did a good job.
Okay.
Also, there was this thing I did read about, so in the movie, he told her, I'm going to give you my daughter's name, basically. It's Alita, because she died, and it's so sweet. And it was like, oh, that's cool. In the manga, he gave her his cat's name.
Oh.
That was a good change. Good job.
Yeah, nice.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But it was better. It was more human connection. Yeah, it's just like, that's sweet because you really care about your daughter.
Yeah.
Deeper connection. Other than that, like I said, I like the romance with Hugo. They did a good job writing that, making me care. The downsides that I had to all of this is that you had these big actors, like I said, Mahershala Ali, and like you're saying, he was the villain, which was like great. Oh man, I can't wait for him to. Man, he's gonna. Had the cool shades, like he was in the Matrix. Like they pulled him from Matrix and put him in this film.
Yeah,
and how cool he looked.
Yeah, he did look that cool.
But they basically in his first like 10 minutes, they didn't cut his legs out from under him because he was taken over by Nova.
Yeah,
and it was just
it just seemed so weak after that. I was like, I don't care about you.
Yeah, it's like, how can you care? Because basically, it's like what he was saying. He was just a henchman.
Yeah.
Majority of the movie, he's not even the real villain.
Right.
So why do I care? Why should I care?
Yeah.
So that really sucked. I mean, it's like you really undersold.
Yeah, you can't take the power away from your villain like that. At least not that early.
An Academy Award winner? Come on, man. Y'all should know better. Y'all should be ashamed of this. The same thing like with Luke Cage and he was in. He did a great job and then they killed him early. That's another story though. But do better with your big actors.
Yeah.
Also, because of that, they didn't really tap into the characters that much. It's like they sacrificed character for just the movement of the story, and that sucks because you don't really understand the motivations behind certain characters. So you hear it, but you don't really get a full sense of it.
Like I said, surface level.
Yeah,
it's like
just glossed over.
Here's a hint of what it's about, but then that's it.
Or even like with Dr. Ito and his wife, they met up, but they kind of talked about their daughter, but it was just like. I don't feel like talking about it anymore. Yeah, and they just left, and it's just like...
Yeah, there was no emotion in that,
like,
really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you have Christoph Waltz, and you're not even using him? Yeah. Like, basically, it's like you have these big-name actors, and you're not using them. Yeah. Use them.
Right. Give them something to work with.
Yeah, like, get them up for another award. It's like, Yeah. So that was the thing. And I was confused about the big eyes thing, but what did you... So... Because no one else had big eyes except for the Martians?
So the other Martians, the people she was fighting with had big eyes too.
Because I was sitting there
like
thinking...
her commander. Okay. All them,
Because at first I thought you just doing it just to do it.
Right.
Which I was like, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah. But, it was just like, oh, we have the technology to do this now, so let's just do it.
Make them big.
And whatever. But the other Martians had big eyes.
Yeah.
Other than that, so after what he said, I did have 4 stars for this, but it went down to 3.5.
Oh.
Because the story could have been better in that sense, because it really suffered because you undercut your villain. Mm-hmm. You have this major villain I still don't care about, and even at the end, I don't really care to see a sequel. I would not go see it, but I don't care to go see it. I'm not excited.
I mean, I feel like they even cut kind of the wings off of Alita in a sense at the very end, because it's like, oh, I'm doing motorball now. Like,
right?
This villain killed my boyfriend and all this stuff. I'm doing motorball now. I am, however, gonna point my sword up at you. I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you
one day. But I just didn't feel any kind of plan, because she was this badass up until that point. Like, I'm this warrior, blah blah blah. And I would have loved to maybe kind of see her like, this is what I'm about to do, But it's just like, I'm gonna play motorball until I figure it out. Or something. I don't know, but that's kind of the impression that I got.
Yeah, basically. So that's my score for that category, story and writing, and that's his
3.5s.
There you go. Yeah, 3.5s.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on over to production and marketing. Tell us, what do you think?
Production and marketing. As I've said before, I don't watch a whole bunch of TV and things like that. So if the marketing reaches me, like just through social media or like word of mouth or posters, then I feel like it's really good marketing, because I'm not always in media, like consuming it. And so I knew about Alita a long time ago before it was going to come out. I felt all of the hype around it. And as somebody who loves sci-fi, I felt like this is something I should probably see. So I felt like in terms of marketing, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Production, it's James Cameron produced. They did a crazy job. Like the visuals. I saw it in the theater. The visuals and everything were very impressive. I was distracted by the big eyes. For me, that's kind of a con, because I never really got over it. It just was a little bit off-putting kind of the whole time. But they were well done. There were times where I didn't know if she was about to cry, or if it's just her eyes were just kind of watery, just like in general. But like,
I'm so happy.
Like all of the...
Right? You're gonna cry right now? Are you sad? Are you happy? What's happening?
But like, even the secondary background characters and stuff had robotic arms, and like, I just imagine that the amount of work that the production team put in to making this world and making all these characters with their robotic parts and things, like, I know it's so much work. Production and marketing, I gotta give it a 5, just because it was amazingly done, and I can't take anything away from that.
And for me, I really don't have nothing to add on this, because, I mean, he hit all the points, and it's James Cameron. I mean, come on. It's like he has the money, and the time that he puts into the stuff that he does.
He's gonna make it look good.
He's gonna make it look good. So even if there was did you feel it?
Did we glitch?
It's because I talked about the Matrix.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Let me.
Technical difficulty.
Right.
You were saying
the third category.
Production and marketing.
Production and marketing. I don't have much to add to what he said, because he already said everything. Like I said, it's James Cameron. It's James Cameron. Right. Like, come on. I mean, he has so much money. He probably has like 3 boats full of money, Titanic-sized boats.
Yeah.
It's full of money for no reason. I mean, I haven't even seen him and how many billions of dollars he has. He probably has so many billions of dollars. They're just like, who cares? He just has money. Who cares? Right. So he was able to make this movie look really good. The marketing, about it. Yeah. Almost everybody knows about it. Even if you don't care to see it, you know about it. So, I mean, they did a really good job. So I have nothing bad to say about that. Even if there was somebody might have issues with the CG, it's like, but if you look at other movies, there's a lot of CG crap movies. Yeah. The Turtles, for instance, with Michael Bay. I'm not going to go too deep into that. Yeah. But this movie looked good. Yeah. So, they did a good job.
The robot-human integration was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. So, I mean, especially for the whole world to kind of be like that, it has to be somewhat good, because, you take a big gamble. And that's why he took so long to do this, because he wanted to make sure that it looked good. Yeah. He acquired this like 10 to 15 years ago.
Dang.
So,
nice.
He was waiting a while. Yeah. 5 stars from me.
Cool. So that brings us to our grand totals, our A&B review totals for the movie. When I calculate my scores, a 4 for acting and casting, 3.5 for story and writing, and a 5 for production and marketing. Averages out to a 4, we're going to call it. 4 stars for me.
Mine's was 3 for acting and casting, a 3.5 for story and writing, and a 5 for production and marketing. Go figure. But that calculates out to a 3.83 stars. 3. Continuation.
I'll repeat it. All right. Yeah. So if you put ours together at 3.83, my 4.16 to be exact, we're going to end up with a score of a 4 star. 4 star, approximately 4 star movie. And I feel like it was a 4 star movie. Like, it wasn't the best thing out there, in my opinion. Like, if I'm giving you a recommendation to go see it, if you're a sci-fi fan, if you like spectacle on the big screen, by all means go see it. If that's not really your thing, I'd say you can wait. You can wait until it comes out and check it out a little bit later. But I think it was a good big screen spectacle. And if you like sci-fi, if you like anime, definitely something to check out. Great action.
I say it's good for the family. You know, it didn't have anything that, I wouldn't necessarily take my kids to go see. Maybe
all the blood is blue.
Yeah. So it's just like, whatever. Take your kids to go see it. Who cares? Yeah. I would just say my only thoughts on this is that this is my last thought, basically on all of this, is that the story basically played out how I expected it to, which it's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing. So with that, there wasn't any twists and turns. There wasn't any I didn't see that coming, anything like that. So I was underwhelmed by this movie, even though I was content. I was content with the movie, but I was really underwhelmed because I really wanted it to be more. Like, I already came in just kind of like, I don't really care to see this, but I see it. Yeah. But I mean, I was impressed, but I was still underwhelmed. Like, I really wanted more. So it felt like a 3.5, even though we gave it a 4.
Yeah, because it deserved a 4, like for the action and the production and all that stuff. Yeah. But I agree, I was kind of underwhelmed. I didn't know much about it going in. I did not walk away as a fan per se. And some of the twists and turns that I expected did not happen. Like, I kind of expected Mahershala Ali's character to be a little bit more. Like, I thought he was a cyborg too.
Me too.
I was like, you better watch out, Alita, because he's about to transform and do some crazy stuff. Yeah. And then he just died. And some of the twists and turns that they did have, I was not necessarily surprised about. Like Hugo dying at the end. Like, I was kind of, and when he died in the middle of the movie, I was kind of shocked by that. I thought that was a really good kind of turn. Then when he died eventually, I'm like, I did not necessarily not see it coming. Which, this is a whole nother topic, but I've been kind of noticing this trend when there's a really strong female lead. The male lead seems to not be able to stay alive for the whole movie. And I think that's something interesting. I don't want to talk about it too much now. It's a very interesting thing because, like, you got the strong female lead and the guy that she likes or whatever. He kind of has to die. I know that's not wholesale, but, like, in the past 6 months, I've seen at least 3 movies where that happens, which kind of is like, why do you always got to kill the guy? And why isn't the female lead able to save the guy like male leads are able to save the women? So it's just a very interesting thing when you want to get into, like, gender and all this stuff in movies, but wasn't surprised by that.
I'm for equality. Let her save the guy. She's strong enough.
Let her save him. Yeah. Come on. And they could be a dynamic team at the end or something. Yeah, even though he was really outclassed by her.
He can be super outclassed by her. I
mean, he just stay at home. He gonna cook.
He can support her. You go, girl. You go. You kill everybody. Right. I'm gonna make sure you have some hot chocolate when you get back. Exactly. I'm gonna rub your feet because I know you
oil your joints. I'm going to make sure everything's good when you get back from being a warrior.
I'm going to get your resting legs out because we're going to take your fighting legs off and put your resting legs on.
That's right, yeah, with the first slippers attached.
You're going to be, oh man, you're going to be so awesome. I know, I'm going to cheer for you. And this, maybe we can work on that. If we want true equality, then let's work on that.
Definitely something to explore.
This was a good movie with her being a female lead, though. It was really great. I definitely liked it.
Yeah, great action. Yeah. Anime made into film in the live action. I think they did great on that. Yeah. So we have a question to leave you with. You can leave it in the comments. We want to know the answer to this question. Do you want to see a sequel of Alita? Maybe. Are you interested in seeing the next phase of this? Did you leave the theater a fan if you weren't already a fan?
I don't know. Oh, you're asking them. I thought you were asking me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
So
for me, I mean, I'll probably see the sequel, but they're going to have a really great trailer to make me want to go back.
Yeah.
And really check it out in theaters. Because the spectacle I've seen that now. So now you got to get me with the story and with something that's going to make me show back up.
Give me something to talk about so I can tell people, go see this movie. Which I'm not necessarily going to go tell people to go see this movie, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell people to not go see this movie.
No, if you want to see it, if you like sci-fi, like I said, go see it.
Go check it out.
It's definitely worth watching and seeing how amazing the visuals are and things like that. So.
James Cameron, this is your chance. Make it great.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make it great.
Twists and turns, baby. Call him Night Shyamalan. I think he got his juice back.
Right. Or I'm available. You can hire me.
Him too.
Just shoot us a message. But,
yeah. We'll respond. we'll find some time. All right, y'all.
All right,
y'all have a great rest of the day.
See you next time
on Action Movie Breakdown.
We had the technical difficulties in the middle, but
just
chop it.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to have that hard talk with Carol because I'm gonna have to fire her. I'm gonna have to let her go. Because that shouldn't have happened. You know, that's unacceptable.
This is you know,
we give top tier stuff at Action Movie Breakdown.
Exactly.
At the Action Movie Breakdown headquarters.
In the business of action movie breakdowns, we are the top.
Especially hosts like us, Ellis E. Fowler. You know, that is a strong name.
It's a strong host name.
You know, Jonathan Thomas.
Yeah.
Very presidential.
That's right.
You know, it's leadership.